alone and nobody calls you on the phone. Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? Well, here I am, honey. Come on, the smell of your perfume. Don't you feel like I'm crying? Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like I'm crying? Come on, cry.
Do you want to learn how to have exciting sex? Do you want to diversify within your own practice? Well, hello, I'm Dr. Marina Basson, founder of Dr. M Inspired Intimacies Coaching and Training. During my practice as an intimacy coach spanning over 10 years, I realized that humans are not one-dimensional. As a professional coach and trainer, I assist couples to rekindle their intimate connection with each other, as well as teach them intimacy skill sets that broaden their sexual vocabulary within their romantic relationships. However, my focus is not only on couples. I also have a passion for teaching, and that is why my syllabus was created. What makes this syllabus outstanding is that it is approved by the SAQA Registered Association for Supportive Counselors and Holistic Practitioners, the ASCHP, for registration in the designation of Intimacy Coach. My modules are based on a culmination of my various academic and esoteric studies, a PhD through Northwest University, a S2E Reiki Master and Teacher, Violet Flame Reiki Master, and Certified Life Coach. Furthermore, my research continues through my collaborations with highly academic researchers in Canada and America. From the comfort of your own home, in your own time, you can practice and learn skill sets. Not only that, you could also follow the formal training and establish yourself as an intimacy coach, earning an additional income. If you are a registered mental health practitioner, the syllabus is the perfect add-on for diversification in the field of sexuality. The possibilities are endless. I live by a simple mantra: always approach life from a space of love.
what you're all about. I got wasted learning how to let it out. I can't take it. Kiss me with the lips of doubt. Please don't fake it, fake it, fake it.
Good day, I'm Jean-Marie van Graan, also known as Lola KB, and I'm thrilled to introduce to you Lotus Love, your ultimate destination in relationship, intimacy and wellness coaching. As a wellness, relationship and intimacy associated counselor, I'm passionate about helping individuals and couples navigate the complexities of modern relationships. Through personalized coaching sessions, I empower my clients to embrace love, intimacy, and connections in all its forms. Whether you're exploring ethical non-monogamy, navigating post-divorce life, or preparing for the dating scene, I'm here to support you. My coaching approach is holistic, compassionate, and tailored to your unique needs and goals. Together, we'll uncover your strengths, address the challenges, and create a path towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation? Book a consultation with me today and let Lotus Love be your guide to fulfillment in relationship and life. Your path to a happier, healthier, more fulfilling life and relationship can start with me here today.
We can fight our desires. But when we start making fires, we get ever so hot. Whether we like it or not. They say we can love who we just. But what is love without lust? Two hearts with accurate devotions. What are feelings without emotions?
views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent or that of the program, its presenters, hosts, directors, or other team members.
This show is intended for audiences aged 23 and older. This production and its digital copies contain content of an adult nature. If you are easily offended or are under the age of 18, this show is not intended for you. The posts, pages, and recordings within are intended for adults only and may include descriptions of scenes of sexual content, suggestive opinions, detailed discussions, and graphic topics. Listener discretion is advised.
Passionate pollies and sultry swingers, it's time for Lola's Lifestyle Lectures on your favorite seduction station, Lust FM, for the lustful listeners.
Good evening, lustfuls. Welcome to the 12th episode. No, the 13th episode, my apologies. In season 2 of Lifestyle Lectures, your favorite nighttime talk. This half of Lifestyle Lectures is focused on polyamorous relationships. In tonight's lesson, raw realities of real poly, we will be discussing some of the myths and misconceptions of being in a poly relationship. But before we get to that, let me kick off this evening's episode by mentioning our association endorsement site, Lola's friends at Z-Night. The Z-Night's website has combined socials, events, parties, workshops for all walks of life and like-minded individuals. The Z-Night's website is a quality South African website full of community members of unique, fun, uninhibited people who enjoy life to the fullest, who are into casual dating, social networking, open relationships, and alternative lifestyles. With an extensive number of social platforms for us adults to connect on, Z-Night only makes finding these quality connections easy, affordable, and accessible. If you guys would like to join the Z-Nights community, head on over to www.znights and explore the countless possibilities.com. Then, of course, our endorsement site, Lola's favorite friends at the Council of Fantasy. The COF is a lifestyle-orientated community catering for everything and anything from BDSM all the way to lifestyle, learning more about sex positivity. Where am I in my relationship? Is this the right relationship for me? Is my sex good sex? Come and learn with us at the COF. One of the main focuses of the COF is education, not just in BDSM, but in sex positivity and lifestyle. We don't shame at the CAF. We're an all-inclusive community. The only shame we shame are the shamers themselves. Shame on you for shaming shamers. Shame. Find us at www.counciloffantasy.co.za or visit Lola's website at www.lalust. Yes, Lalovelies, we know it's a double L. www.lalustfm.live and find the link to the WhatsApp community on the homepage. Right at the bottom of the homepage, you'll find a little WhatsApp icon. Click on the WhatsApp icon and come and join us at the CAF WhatsApp community. Let's get to chatting and let's get to educating. That is our favorite thing to do after all. Your Lola Blakely production moderators for this evening are Miss Muffet. Hello, Miss Muffet. It's nice to see your face on air again with us. Thank you for standing in as a mod this evening. And then, of course, my man, Big Dragon, Black Dragon. What is wrong with Lola? Lola can't read this evening because my screen's all blurry and I can't scroll up and down. It's been one of those days, okay? Black Dragon is standing in for Medusa as production manager this evening. Feel free to engage with them, send them questions that you'd like answered. They're here to help us keep the earrings safe because sex is sacred. So is a poly relationship, right? Now, it's run about that time where I get to greet my absolutely gorgeous and stunning. Also, she's my bunny. So everybody just let Lola let you know. Okay. She's also my bunny. I'm just claiming all the ladies. That's Lola's forte, right? My stunning co-host for this evening was KB. And also, not just for this evening, but for the second half of Lifestyle Lectures in the poly segments, But she's not only co-host this evening, she's somewhere being interviewed as well because she lives a poly life. Hello, my bunny boo. How are you?
Hello, Miss Lola. I'm good and you? I'm just watching you bop on the camera.
Listen, I'm sorry for what I look like this evening. I didn't even dress up because I just didn't have time. I was busy stuffing my face with burgers.
Don't stress, Miss Lola. I'm probably looking just as disheveled. I'm sitting in my bed with my laptop on my lap. I've been working on some content and I've been studying and I've been working. So
Listen, but now's the right time to crack that joke where we get to say we've got the face for radio, right? Because we aren't dressed for radio this evening.
not at all.
Have you had a good week, my KB?
Miss Lola, I've had a very, very, very interesting week. I'm busy preparing for a massive exam that I write next week. And
Mm.
also doing a lot of kinky bunny development. Um, as as you know, I'm stepping away from certain posts in my life to do some other more interesting things. And thanks to your
Mm.
encouragement, I am now doing a little bit more kinky bunny things.
Yay for Kinky Bunny brand. I love the Kinky Bunny brand. And for those of you who do not know, KB is the co-founder of the COF as well. I mean, Lola only mixes with high priority people, right? So KB is the co-founder of the COF, and she's been one of my friends for the longest time. So she's got a great brand in BDSM called Kinky Bunny. So Kinky Bunny does workshops, and you've actually got a workshop coming up with my other friend Carmen. Well, our friend at Carmen. I wouldn't have known Carmen if it wasn't for you. So with our other friend Carmen, right? Tell us a little bit about that workshop.
So it's actually a workshop I've previously piloted. I've now whittled it down that it doesn't take 4 hours. It's a BDSM It's a BDSM 101 workshop. So literally, if you've always had a kinky interest, you want to walk into BDSM, but you don't know where to start, this is the class for you.
I mean, I'm friends with you, so I'm quite the expert, but it is a great class for anybody and everybody that would like to learn a little bit more about their kinky side. I always encourage my people to please go and explore the kinky side, because the kinky side is the sexy side of life, right? I love, love, love that for all my listeners, for all our listeners. And speaking of all of our listeners, I mean, 3,038, I think I saw earlier.
We're at
KB, when you posted
3,041.
3,041 live listeners. I mean, shout out to the lustful lot of you, right, for joining us this evening. And let's not bore you guys with chitter chatter anymore, because that's not what you guys came here for, right? Tonight we are diving deeper into polyamory misconceptions. And KB has been such a diligent teacher today, because she's actually prepared. I love that for us. KB, let's just dive right in, okay, because we've got about 6 misconceptions to go through this evening. Let's dive right in with the first one. Polyamory is primarily about sex. Let's talk through that one. KB, we've lost you. You've muted yourself, my love.
Oh my word. Now I'm talking to you on the phone.
It's been a day. Anyway, where were we? Shoot.
Okay. So everybody thinks, and when you hear about polyamory, it's like this group of people that get together and it looks like a fucking orgy. Actually, it's not. Okay. While polyamory does involve a lot of physical parts of physical intimacies within relationships, and I mean, any dynamics can be I'm going to sleep with that person because I love them very much, or I'm going to have a spanking with them because we have a BDSM dynamic as well. It just depends on how you've built it yourself. But polyamory is equally about the emotional connections, companionship, and love. It's about building multiple deep, meaningful relationships with your polyamorous partners.
Mm.
So
So
that's
okay, so I think people might have this misconception because there are so many continuous relationship dynamics going on at the same time in the same space. So people automatically assume. So if I were an outsider, okay, well, which I am, but if I didn't know you and your poly family, right, I would look at it and go, hold on. So and I often need to re-explain this to my mother, right? Because then she goes, wait, who's that girl that phoned you now? That I need to go, that is Black Dragon's second girlfriend, or that's his wife, or that's the girlfriend after the wife, or that's the girlfriend that just came in. So explaining that to people, because there's so many bodies at play at the same time, right? If I had to look at polyamory, especially like your polycule as a whole, because there's so many people involved, and then you hear, okay, but everybody goes to the same house every weekend and spend time together at that
yes,
house. Then you
yes.
think, fuck, listen, this is orgy. This is 100% like debauchery that's going on here. Because now we've got KB, we've got KB's husband, we've got KB's boyfriend, we've got KB's husband's two girlfriends. Okay.
100%. 100%. And actual fact, our polydynamic, we practice a combination of kitchen table polyamory, a little bit of your junction polyamory, as well as parallel polyamory, because of how the hierarchies and how each dynamic plays out.
Mm.
I can tell you now that my boyfriend and Mr. Dragon definitely do not touch each other, and they don't do Star Wars fighting at all.
No, they are
Okay.
very, very heterosexual. Not hetero flexible. It's sexual.
Yes. Yes. However, I do have a very good rapport with both my metamors, which is Mr. Dragon's two girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In actual fact, I go partying with them too, without
Mm,
Mr. Dragon.
mm,
So, as you saw last weekend, we were at your birthday party
mm.
without Mr. Dragon.
And there was a sneaky kiss, which I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there is some crossplay.
Yes.
If the parties feel comfortable with one another and they've got that kind of dynamic, there can be crossplay. It's not to say that everybody then sticks to their relationship. Because last week we learned about solo poly, right? Where you make your own choices based on what you feel is right for your relationship style. So if you're feeling a girl this evening and you're a solo poly person, then by all means you can go and feel the girl. But if it's not in your relationship dynamic and that's not the terms agreed upon, then maybe check it with your partner first. But it's possible for the people to still sleep together, have sex together, not have orgies necessarily, but it is possible for people to still play together and be in a poly relationship, right?
Yeah, that is quite possible. And I mean, also at any given point in time, your emotional and companion dynamics may differ from person to person. I mean, there
Mm,
are times where and I'm going to use Mr. Dragon as an example because he's got the most partners out of the whole poly.
mm,
Where he feels closer to Mrs. Inferno at times, where he's more physically, emotionally, and mentally connected with her, and he's having. And yes, maybe he wants to spend a bit more time with her in that regard, but that's
mm,
his free will, his autonomy choice to do that. He will at
mm,
other times want to be with Miss Muffet,
mm.
and at other times want to spend that time with me. I mean, we've in the last few weeks kind of like had a little bit of a, a shared passion together in terms of a certain series that we're enjoying watching together, and that's like our little peaceful space together. It's our little intimate space together that we're doing.
I love that for
Um,
you. And I want the name of that series afterwards, after the show. See, because Lola's all about watching the series.
I will
let's
binge watch series.
let's move on to the second misconception. Polyamory inevitably leads to jealousy and drama. Listen, before we get into this, I can see why because there's a lot of different personalities at play. Right? I can see why jealousy can be very, very, very prevalent in a relationship dynamic like poly. Talk us through that.
So everybody can, let's just associate the jealousy with cheating in inverted commas.
Mm,
Okay. Because everybody's used to the one person of your life, that one person that exists you. Yes, jealousy is a big thing. And I'm going to be dead honest with you. Even I get fucking jealous.
no
Okay?
way.
To the point where I completely lose my shit over something. Um,
Wow.
but and that happens within our space. And I mean, yeah, I get extremely jealous. And maybe it's because I'm a Gemini, maybe it's because I'm hard headed, maybe I've got a very stubborn personality, but I do get
Mm,
very jealous. I want complete ownership of that particular partner that I'm feeling closest to at that point in
mm,
time. And it doesn't mean that I'm losing them. It doesn't
mm,
mean that they're not interested in me anymore. It's just at that point in time, I'm not that person for them.
mm,
And it's about having that uh, honesty, openness, and consent conversations. Ethical non monogamy is not betrayal.
mm,
It's the complete opposite of
mm,
cheating and betrayal and causing jealousy. It's about having those open conversations. And yes, every single one of us get fucking jealous. We get so insecure. We
mm,
might not show it as much as others, but we do.
mm,
I'm the first to admit it. I'm the first one. I do get jealous. I am insecure at times.
mm.
Very.
Let's look at jealousy as a whole, right? And I've done some research into jealousy because I find it a very interesting topic. I myself am extremely territorial. I think it's the Leo in me, right? I'm a Leo. I'm a fire star sign. So I am extremely territorial. If I have something exactly like you said, I own that shit. Okay, that's mine. I don't share. Okay, but when it comes to my relationship, I find myself very open to sharing like my partner, which I found very weird in the beginning. This is not a swinger show, so I'm not going to get too much into it. But I think jealousy can be very easily overcome. And Zernferno is going to murder me over the knuckles for this, but it popped up like in my mind today because jealousy can be overcome when you take a look at compersion. I mean, I just said that. Yes, I just dropped that bombshell because I want to see my partner happy, as jealous as I am. Also, it's somebody that I chose for him, so that's a different kind of story. Also, again, it's not a swinger show, but let's get back to it. Um, Jealousy can be overcome. I think, in my personal opinion, and I'm waiting for a Zernfuno's comment, yeah, in the chat. When it comes to compersion, if you understand what compersion really means. Compersion obviously means seeing your partner truly happy, seeing your partner truly satisfied, seeing your partner like love drunk, right? That makes you happy. That's having compersion. That's what it means. So, in a polyamorous relationship facet, in my mind, this is my mind, this is my opinion. Um, if you've got compersion for your partner's other relationships, you can overcome jealousy. If you don't, however, have compersion for your partner's other relationships, then you're going to want to be the metamor for your partner. You're going to, oh, not the metamor, the primary for your partner. You're going to want to be the only person to provide true and complete happiness to your partner. And that's going to create jealousy if somebody else can come in and can provide that. So now you've got a situation where you're in a I just bumped my mic, sorry. Now you've got a situation where you're in a relationship, a poly relationship, right? You struggle with a lack of compersion because you feel that you should be giving that to your partner solely. Your partner, however, already has other standing relationships And that's where jealousy is triggered. This is in my mind, and I can be completely wrong.
You
I
are
would like to know what people.
you are absolutely correct in that. And the jealousy triggers insecurities, and those insecurities
Mm,
feed out emotionally and mentally and physically in forms of things said that you didn't mean to say, actions taken that you didn't mean to take. And I can speak to that myself out of my own experiences. I mean, um, as you know, myself and um, my boyfriend go to certain events, ethical
mm,
non-monogamous events, quite regularly.
mm,
And yes, I choose our whoever our third person is, whether it be, and usually it's the same person that I choose every
mm,
single time. But and I'll be honest, there's been times where I sat right next to him, watching him giving his pleasure. Now that's his big king, giving somebody else pleasure, making
mm,
sure that they have their come off. Okay.
mm,
And I'm sitting there next to him, and I'll tell him straight, I am jealous of this situation. I'm not
mm,
comfortable, right?
mm,
And my insecurities play up. And eventually, afterwards, when we do a debrief, which is very important in any scenario, debrief on everything, you
mm,
realize that actually having compersion in that moment would have excited them more and made them extremely happy. At the same time, your insecurities are stupid because they still love you and they're sitting right next to you right now afterwards.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
Look, I think it's a very difficult scenario. I want to go to the comments quickly. Muffet Boo says, what happens if one half of the poly relationships gets tired of one part of the relationship? For example, if person A and B have a relationship with C, and A gets tired of C, but B still wants C around. What happens then? Goodness, that just broke my brain. Okay, hold on. So, person A and B have a relationship with C. So let's say let's call it Bunny and Lola have a relationship with Miss Muffet. Okay. Then Bunny and hold on.
Bunny gets tired of
Okay.
Miss Muffet, but she still wants a relationship with Lola. And
Oh
Lola wants to
yes.
keep Miss Muffet around.
Okay.
Okay?
So what happens in that case?
Again, that comes down to that open communication about the discomfort you're having, the insecurities you're feeling, the loss of interest you're having. Okay? At the
Mm,
same time, having the compassion and the compassion the for person C or Lola in that matter, who still loves and cares for um, Miss Muffet at the same time.
mm,
And so me, let's say Kinky Bunny, me having lost interest or not wanting Miss Muffet around anymore, I'm having, because of my compassion and love for Lola, I'm going to either compromise and tolerate Miss Muffet's existence in Lola's life, not
mm,
really tolerate, actually embrace it, because that's what Miss Lola wants. My compassion allows
mm,
me to be happy for Lola's happiness.
mm,
Um, and again, then we might just do a little bit more of a parallel, not parallel, a junction polyamory dynamic where I will see Lola at certain times, and I don't have to be in the space of Miss Muffet. But then
mm,
when Miss Muffet's seeing Lola, I'm not there. I have the
mm,
respect and autonomy over respect and responsibility to step away from that whole dynamic at that given point in time, to give them that space and
mm.
give them that ability to express their feelings for each other at that point in time.
Also, I think if you don't have the emotional maturity to say, okay, well, my relationship with Miss Muffet has now ended. That does not mean that my partner's relationship that we agreed upon right in the beginning also now needs to change. So if you don't have the emotional maturity to give me my time with Miss Muffet, then I mean the problem is essentially with you. The problem is not going to be with me or Miss Muffet, because only because your relationship with Miss Muffet has soured does not necessarily mean that my relation, and you just need to have that emotional maturity to say, okay, you know what, I love this for you guys, it didn't work out for us, however you guys continue, I'm going to find myself another relationship.
Yeah.
Right, because if you're in an open polycule like that, nothing's stopping you from replacing Miss Muffet and having that honeymoon phase with somebody else. until that wears out. I hope that answers your question, Muffet Boo.
Does.
Let's move on. Sorry, pardon me. Let's move on to the next one quickly. We need to rush through this because we're already halfway through the show, and we're not even halfway through through the planned topics. So, misconception number 3 is polyamorous people are commitment phobic. I can see why society would think so. I can honestly see why society would think so, because you can't commit to one person. So now you got to have your cake and eat it and like lick your dish afterwards, because you make your own rules kind of vibe. And now all of a sudden there's all of these different relationship styles, and monogamous society is not going to understand the term polyamory. It just looks unnatural to them.
But monogamous society does actually understand it. Okay, I'm not going to use any particular people for an example, but Miss Lola, you might identify a lot easier than most people. You take a mom, for example, just a mom. I'm a mom, okay? I'm a mom of 3 children, okay? 2 of them are my stepchildren, but I've helped raise them since they were very, very small. So I've been involved
Mm,
in their lives for many years, okay? They're now
mm,
teenagers. I now have a little one as well. Do you love each child differently? Of course you do, okay?
mm,
You love each child in the way that child needs love from you. But does
mm.
it mean that you love each child with the same amount of love,
No,
different amounts of love?
it
That
also
love,
doesn't mean that you're less committed being a mother to either of the children.
exactly.
I
So
get you.
when our society does understand polyamory, and that's exactly what polyamory is. It's a love that expands more, that traverses more than one individual person, just like you would love
Mm,
your children. You love more than one person. Polyamory
mm,
means many loves, and that commitment. I mean, some polyamorous dynamics or polycules or polyfamilies last eternities, and that
mm,
love is still there throughout. You've got
mm,
companionship all your different ways. Whether it
mm,
be I'm going to go to a book club, I'm going to go to an ethically non-monogamous party, and I'll have a different partner that does those kinds of activities with me. It doesn't mean I'm any less committed to them, to any of
mm,
them. It's just my commitment looks different to each of them
mm.
because that's how they want their love.
I love, love, love that. Something under commitment phobia that also comes up very, very prevalently for me is the fact that there's shared responsibilities. So commitment, and this is something that you sent to me a little bit earlier, KB. Commitment can manifest in shared responsibilities such as household chores, financial planning, childcare. Now, what I love about polycules, right, is the fact that when say myself, you, Miss Muffet, Zernferno are all in a polycule, okay, just us girls, okay. If I have an issue, I've maybe got a depression issue running around in my life at the moment that I'm not, and I struggle, although you are my primary partner or my anchor partner, and I can't necessarily discuss it with you. I have other partners to discuss it with.
That is
And same with them. It's having it's not only household chores that get shared and financial planning or children that get shared. It's also emotional burdens.
it's
Yes, sure, you can
correct.
have shared emotional burdens with your friends, but there's something about sharing emotional burdens with your partner.
Yes, that's correct. You have, I mean, it's like, and let's just use the 4 of us as an example, the 4 girls, okay? I'm having a big issue with Inja and Ferna at the moment because I'm feeling a little bit insecure about something that she's busy with or doing because she's solo poly. Okay,
Mm,
I can't judge her. I can't be put my ideals down on her, but I need to talk about it to somebody. And even though I love her very much, okay,
mm,
I come and I talk to one of my metamors or my other partners, and let's say I'm going to come to Miss Muffet about it, and I'm going to say, listen, can we just have a little bit of a one-on-one powwow? And I don't want it to go anyway. I just need to
mm,
offload a bit, and that
mm,
trust, again, trust, commitment. love, emotional, mental support is there, that you've got that deep connection, that deep love to be able to have those kinds of conversations with your other partner.
I think
Yeah.
just having that trust and commitment from your partner to say, I will carry your emotional burdens with me. And all of the other partners as well. I'll carry all of your emotional burdens with me. That is commitment
Yeah.
in itself,
And having so
right?
many partners to be able to discuss those things with, you might actually find that, hey, hang on, there's actually a way around this. I'm feeling insecure because of this and this and this, but I'm actually shouldn't be feeling insecure because of this and this. And they might see things from a different perspective. You learn to introspect differently because you're now getting other perspectives.
Absolutely. Let's discuss the next misconception before we go to commercial break, because this is something that I hear so often, and I'm going to fight society on this. And there goes my alarm. You need to go to break, Lola. Okay, but alarm, you wait. I make the rules here. Polyamory is immoral or unnatural. What are we saying, KB?
It's actually very, very, very natural.
Why do you say it's natural?
So if you go back in history, let's go back to the Roman Empire times.
Bam! There we go. KB knows her shit.
Okay, your life expectancy is generally very short. We never actually lived past the age of 40, and if you did, it was a miracle. And with all the famine and disease going on, people died. So you ended up learning to love more than one person. You ended up having children and families with more than one person. So you take on family responsibilities because it's so natural. Let's go back even further to the cave times. Why is a penis shaped the way it's shaped, like a spade? Because a
I don't
woman would
know.
have multiple partners, and the semen that took the best was the one that made her pregnant. Okay, it's just how life was in those times.
I didn't
Go
know
read your
that.
history books, people.
So here's the thing for me, and I always tell the clients that come and see me, because my practice is solely focused on ethical non-monogamy, right? Is it natural? Is it immoral? Society at this point, in 2024, dictates that majority. Let me just rephrase. Majority of society in 2024 dictates that it is immoral. Why? Because majority, if you take a look at the statistics, okay, majority of society are all monogamous living people, but they don't have a problem with cheating on their spouses, which I've got a problem with.
Mon-
Okay, I've got a huge problem with that.
Agreed.
So
Monogamy.
they're living non-monogamously because they're cheating. Okay, but they don't want to say, listen, let's explore ethical non-monogamy.
Yeah. So
I've got a
monogamy
problem with that.
actually comes from the Church of England many years ago as a form of population control.
No
And that's
way.
where the word fuck comes from.
Oh yes,
Fornicate under
fornication
the
under command
consent
of the
of
king.
a king. Yes.
Yes, I heard about that. You're
Okay.
right.
And monogamy has become the traditional way of the world because of population control back in the 1800s.
Look, if you look back at history, most of the emperors in the olden days lived non-monogamously. They had
Yeah.
multiple wives. The wives had multiple servants. Don't be fooled and think it was just the kings and the emperors that had multiple partners. The wives also had multiple partners because they had their servants, and they formed relationships with their servants. It's not that's these are facts. These are historical facts. So it's just not possibly very well known facts, but it is fact. Whether it's right in today's society, it's for you to decide on your own, right? If this is how you want to live, Live so and live so peacefully, live so naturally. If this is not for you, move on. Okay.
Yeah. You
You've
have
got
free
no,
will and autonomy.
free will, autonomy, so important. We need to go to a slight commercial break, but when we come back, polyamory is easy, is it? All polyamorous relationships are the same. Damn, are they? Polyamory is only one for for certain types of people. Is it? I don't know. Let's find out when we come back after this short commercial break.
When your baby leaves you all alone and nobody calls you on the phone, don't you feel like a crying? Don't you feel like crying? Well, here I am, honey. Come on. The smell of your perfume. Don't you feel like I'm crying? Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like I'm crying? Come on, cry.
Do you want to learn how to have exciting sex? Do you want to diversify within your own practice? Well, hello, I'm Dr. Marina Basson, founder of Dr. M Inspired Intimacies Coaching and Training. During my practice as an intimacy coach spanning over 10 years, I realized that humans are not one-dimensional. As a professional coach and trainer, I assist couples to rekindle their intimate connection with each other, as well as teach them intimacy skill sets that broaden their sexual vocabulary within their romantic relationships. However, my focus is not only on couples. I also have a passion for teaching, and that is why my syllabus was created. What makes this syllabus outstanding is that it is approved by the SAQA Registered Association for Supportive Counselors and Holistic Practitioners, the ASCHP, for registration in the designation of Intimacy Coach. My modules are based on a culmination of my various academic and esoteric studies, a PhD through Northwest University, a S2E Reiki Master and Teacher, Violet Flame Reiki Master and Certified Life Coach. Furthermore, my research continues through my collaborations with highly academic researchers in Canada and America. From the comfort of your own home, in your own time, you can practice and learn skill sets. Not only that, you could also follow the formal training and establish yourself as an intimacy coach, earning an additional income. If you are a registered mental health practitioner, the syllabus is the perfect add-on for diversification in the field of sexuality. The possibilities are endless. I live by a simple mantra: always approach life from a space of love.
Please don't fake it, show me what you're all about. I got wasted, learning how to let it out. I can't take it, kiss me with the lips of doubt. Please don't fake it, fake it, fake it. Please don't fake it, show me what you're all about. I got wasted, learning how to let it out. I can't take it, kiss me with the lips of doubt. Please don't fake it, fake it, fake it. Please don't fake it, fake it, fake it.
Good day, I'm Jean-Marie van Graan, also known as Lola KB, and I'm thrilled to introduce to you Lotus Love, your ultimate destination in relationship, intimacy, and wellness coaching. As a wellness, relationship, and intimacy associated counselor, I'm passionate about helping individuals and couples navigate the complexities of modern relationships. Through personalized coaching sessions, I empower my clients to embrace love, intimacy, and connections in all its forms. Whether you're exploring ethical non-monogamy, navigating post-divorce life, or preparing for the dating scene, I'm here to support you. My coaching approach is holistic, compassionate, and tailored to your unique needs and goals. Together, we'll uncover your strengths, address the challenges, and create a path towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation? Book a consultation with me today, and let Lotus Love be your guide to fulfillment in relationship and life. Your path to a happier, healthier, more fulfilling life and relationship can start with me here today.
We can fight our desires. But when we start making fires, we get ever so hot. Whether we like it or not. They say we can love who we just. But what is love without lust? Two hearts with accurate devotions. But what are feelings without emotions?
Welcome back, Lustfuls. I mean, it's been an exciting episode so far with a lot of good nuggets and a lot of good tips and tricks. And we are enjoying this evening's conversation. I mean, it's a heartfelt conversation, which I love. I see some of my favorite listeners on air this evening, and some new ones. I mean, my blonde friend Michelle over there, I can see you listening. Hello, honey. And then a couple of new faces. Yuan from FitLife, hi, welcome. Casey Hart, hi, welcome. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. I mean, there's over 3,000 of you guys, so I'm not going to mention everybody. These are just the guys listening on Podbean. Oh, and of course, Azur Inferno. Hello, Azur Inferno. How are you, wifey? Are you well? Listen, this evening we are discussing raw realities of real poly. Okay. So I see Yuan has posted us, has sent us a couple of pineapples there. Yuan, this is not a swinger show, it's a poly show. Not quite the same, almost, but not the same. Before the break, we did polyamorous people are commitment phobic. No, they're not. Okay, we know this now. Polyamory is primarily about sex. No, it's not. Okay, we know this now. Polyamory inevitably leads to jealousy and drama. Yes, it can, but there are easy ways to combat that. Now let's get on to polyamory is easy. Listen, just from my practice, right? I can tell you guys, fuck, poly's hard. And you know, I know, like there's a lot of controversy over poly, but somebody once said in the very, very, very first episode of the very, very, very first season of Lola's Lessons, we did an episode with KB. She was one of my very first guests, actually. Okay, we did a bunch of unicorns. I interviewed a bunch of unicorns, and we did a segment on the poly people. And I will never forget. Sparrow actually said, "Poly is beautiful. Poly is sexy. Poly is fucking hard." KB?
100%.
100%. I mean, there isn't. I don't think there's a relationship. Look, all relationship facets is being in a relationship, honey. It's difficult. Okay, you can't. It's not just about yourself. You need to think about other people. When you're in a poly relationship, you got to think of multiple other people. It's not just you and your partner. Look, I'm not knocking monogamy and saying that it's easy, because how it's not easy. Okay, we know it's not an easy relationship dynamic. But poly is, I think what makes poly so much harder is the fact that there are multiple people at play. And especially when there's, and I love bringing this up. I saw Catherine Duplessis, that's my sister, by the way, in the chat a little bit earlier on. She was listening. Now she's dating a girl. Okay, my sister is lesbian. So I always mock them and say, like, do your cycles link up? Because you know, girls, when they spend a lot of time together, their cycles link up. And I remember the one interview I did with Black Dragon. I said, what happens when all your girl cycles like link up? The amount of drama. When KB is and Miss Muffin almost have their periods at the same time. Good Lord, shame the poor man.
Yeah, look, the I can tell you from my own experiences. Okay, Jean doesn't really get her monthly cycles. Okay, I get very light ones, and I'm not sure about how Miss Muffet's work. Okay, but I can tell you that Jean Ferner and I are very close in personalities. I mean, we kind of like go on this whole yin yang thing, because we actually do kind of balance each other out a little bit, and you've seen it yourself in the um in the groups and that we chat on, that we kind of like, the two of us tag team a lot. Um, but I can tell you that Jean Ferner and I are both very, very similar when we get into a grump, and I feel very sorry for Mr. Dragon when that happens, and with the two of us are doing it at the same time.
This is a hoot. I love it. I see my lovely other wifey Carmen just joined in. Hello, Carms. Welcome. I love you. Also, you look
Welcome.
beautiful today. I don't know if I've told you. Time management. I want to talk about time management quickly. Effectively managing your time amongst all of your different relationships. Because listen, everybody knows. If you know Lola, you know time is not my strength. Okay. I'm permanently fucking late. Okay. I can never keep to a commitment. And no, it's not because I'm sitting at home eating pizza in my pajamas. It's because I've double booked. So I would struggle the most. What would you suggest people do if they do have a poly relationship? What fucking sets up an Excel spreadsheet with a schedule? What are we doing for
I
time
mean,
management?
that does happen. That does really happen. I mean, what Mr. Dragon does is he actually what us project managers call time boxing with his partners.
Yeah, what's time boxing?
Mhm. So he actually has a scheduled time that he'll speak to Miss Muffet in the evening for X amount of time. He'll do
Mm,
the same with Mr. Jean and he'll do something similar with me. Um, at the same time, he also does that over the weekends with Joan Ferner and Miss Muffet. Like the one will have a Friday night with him, and the other one will go out with him on a Saturday night to an event, or spend Saturday night with him, and then they'll
mm,
alternate or they'll swap it around. Or if there's a specific event or something's happening that they need to spend a bit more time, then they'll adjust the time limits. But at the same
mm,
time, being polyamory, your love does not know boxed conditions. Okay,
mm.
your
That's
emotions don't know boxed conditions.
I was just gonna ask that. I think even though you've got box time limits, okay, for each of your partners, I think the problem comes in with where does the boundary lie? Because here's my concern with this, and it's a valid concern because a lot of the couples that I see have the same issue. The problem is, what if so say for instance you, me, and Miss Combs are all in a relationship, right? But it's your and Carmen's night. Okay. You guys are spending time together. But I have a mental meltdown. I am really struggling this evening. Like I need my partner. I need Carmen. Um, I would expect her to avail herself to me because I'm struggling emotionally. Or what if I've had like a really shit day at work? I've been demoted. I've left my lunch at home or I've left it in the car and the shit went sour. On top of that, I went and I took a bite of the sour fucking food and now it's a Brussels sprout. I know Carmen's laughing right now. Anyway, I need her for that moment. What happens to me and to my needs in your time?
Again, it boils down to em- capacities and emotional intelligences. So yes, maybe I'm spending the night with Carmen, and I've looked forward to it because I've actually missed her. Okay,
Mm,
but at this point in time, you're having a complete meltdown. I should be emotionally mature enough to say to Carmen, listen, I think Lola needs a call.
mm,
Have a call with her, hear what it is that she needs, give her the capacity, give her some spoons,
mm,
as Carmen and I
mm,
would say. We always talk about the spoons.
mm,
Um, and again, you also then, as the person who's having the meltdown, the breakdown or whatever, should also have the emotional intelligence and capacity to do what we call in our BDSM world self-care
mm,
before aftercare. So you need to be able to know how to what is it that you need to fix yourself as an independent or autonomous person before you can have
mm,
somebody helping you do it. You can take a horse to the water, but you can't force it to drink. Same
mm,
words, just
mm.
differently. So you
I like that.
you need to also understand, yes, Carmen's going to make that time and capacity and emotional spoons available to you for X amount of time, but she also has her
Mm,
own needs and wants and emotional and mental needs to be with me at that point in time. So she's going
mm,
to put some time aside, put that phone call, give you that undivided attention for a little bit of the time she's spending with me, because you need it, but she also wants you need to be considerate of her needs and feelings at the same time. So it's a very much a down to a communicative and emotional maturity level of discussion.
Look, what I always like to tell people is it was your choice in the beginning. You knew what you were letting and what you were getting yourself into. When you decided on polyamory, you knew I have to divide my time. I have to share my time with other partners. I'm consenting to this. When you consented to that, you didn't only consent to sharing your time in the good times, right? You were consenting to sharing your times when you need it the most as well. Your partner's not always going to be there for you. That's the problem. You decided
It's
it
the
was your
good,
choice.
it's the good, the bad, the ugly, and that's why having
Mm,
somebody like you, Miss Lola, like, I mean, how long have we been friends? I mean, how many times have I like rolled my eyes out on the phone with you?
mm,
Um, and Miss Carmen, who I mean, I've known her for the longest of time out of all of us, and I'm
mm,
still always having spoons with her. But having those friends, having my metamors like a Jean Ferno and Miss Muffet, having my my boyfriend and my husband available to me if I'm having a complete meltdown because I've had a complete shitty day. It doesn't mean that I only need to rely on that one person who's spending time with one of their partners. There is
mm,
other people in my life. There is a support structure, and not
mm,
necessarily just within the poly family. I've got my own support structures. I'm an autonomous person. I have my own friends. I have my own loves. I have my own people that
mm.
are my structure,
I
and I
mean,
need to be.
we just need a round of applause for that. I love it. Let's move on to the next one. All polyamorous relationships are the same.
That
Listen, is
one.
this a real misconception? Because I can't even. No, listen, okay, let me address this with y'all. Okay, lustful listeners, okay. Let's not be stupid, lustful listeners. Let's be clever, okay. No fucking relationship is the same. Not one of them are the same. Neither are all polyamorous relationships the same. Let's hear from your side, KB.
Not one relationship is the same. Just like your friendships, okay? Let's just I will compare it to your friendships, okay? You might have 5 friends in your life, but every single one of your interactions with your friends is different, okay? You've got different connections with each of them, okay? Just because I'm in a relationship with you, Miss Lola, and means I'm going to bend over your lap and let you spank me because I think it's hot and kinky with you, doesn't mean I'm going to let someone like Miss Carmen do it with me because we have a completely different relationship. We have a very intellectual and um, peaceful, loving relationship. Okay,
Mm,
relationship, every dynamic within a poly relationship is different. Your connections are different with those people.
mm,
Um, I mean, it's like it's just it's very very you're human. You're
mm,
gonna have different facets to you. You're gonna have different people that
mm,
bring those facets out with you. So you're gonna have a very different relationship. Just because our polycule, and the same works with the polycules, that's on an individual level. Just because our polycule works with a combination of junction, parallel, and kitchen table poly, doesn't mean that every polycule is going to have that. Some polycules are
mm.
very hierarchical. Some polycules are very much kitchen table.
That's it.
And
Yes, yes.
again, it's a down to what works for those individuals within
Mm,
that circle, what works for you as an individual. And again, it's down to your autonomy, free will, and consent.
mm. I think it also, like on what you sent me earlier today, it all comes down to your relationship dynamics as well. Because your dynamics with the different people are going to be different dynamics. I mean, even between, and I see Azern, Ferna, and Carmen, the two wifeys, are going at it here on the chat. And I saw something about sister wives. I want to get to sister wives just now because I want to know if sister wives is part of polyamory or is that polygamous? Because I only know sister wives to be part of polygamous. But before I'm going off the I'm going off the train here. Um, your dynamics with your sister wives, your metamors, are
Mm.
also going to differ. So,
Yes.
and it's going to be ever changing because people change, people evolve, relationships evolve. So it's never going to be the same.
Yes.
Also, the number of partners in different different polyamorous relationships is going to, in essence and inevitably, make your polycule differ from the next.
Yes. 100%. Listen, can I also be a wife?
Do you want to be a wife?
Yes.
Oh, but you see, I don't like sharing, and you've already got a husband and a bloody boyfriend. What am I going to be third in line? I don't
Oh,
know
no,
if I
no,
can
no, no,
settle
no,
for
no.
third.
Miss Lola, you know how it works in our space, right? The ladies always come first.
If the ladies don't come first, you're not a real gentleman.
It's a ladies' rule.
Ladies rule. Let's move on to the next one. And the last one. I think that's on our list this evening. Why do I sound so loud in my ears? Let me move that down a little bit. There we go. Misconception 7. Polyamory is only for certain types of people. Look, I agree. I do. What's your thoughts on it?
Actually, it's not necessarily certain types of people. It's more or less more like certain aspects of personalities. And if you don't have certain personality
Mm,
traits, you're
yes.
not going to take to polyamory as well as someone as let's just use dragon for example, because dragon seems to be dipping it in all the spaces for years. Um, um,
The dipper.
he definitely has that the personality traits where he's got the whole caring demeanor and on different levels, intellectually, emotionally, and let's just not talk about his dark side in the BDSM world, which feeds his different relationships. Okay,
Mm,
and that's allows him. I mean, it's different facets. I mean, you got to probably have different personalities, but the different people within your relationships bring out the different um parts of your personality, which allows you to love those people. I mean,
mm,
yeah, again, it's the same as swinging is not for everyone. Okay,
mm,
I'm polyamorous. I'm not necessarily a swinger, but
mm,
there's similar personality traits.
mm. I'll tell you why I say it's not for everybody. If you're monogamous, polyamory is not going to work for you. Dum dum dum. Wait, hold on. Where's yes, I just did that. Why? Because I fucking can. So yes, if you're monogamous and you enjoy monogamy, then polyamory is not going to be for you. But in essence, yes, I do agree. I think anybody from all walks of life, regardless of age, gender, sexuality, orientation, your social economic status, um, regardless of what society says and regardless of the stereotype that society has created, polyamory can be for you. If you are that way inclined, then by all means, go for it. I see a Zernfino says mono-poly relationships also exist, where one partner is monogamous and the other can be polyamorous. Listen, see, I can't. I don't
That's very,
understand how that
very,
shit
very
works.
true. That's clear. That's what we call in polyamory. We're creating a junction or a V. So you've got one person who's completely monogamous, who's loving somebody who's polyamorous, and can accept that they have another partner, but they don't want another partner.
So that's gonna be like your hot wife scenario in swingers. That's the only thing I can think of, because a hot
Pretty
wife
much
plays
having a
with lots of
yeah,
people, and
yes,
the stag doesn't play with anybody. Okay, I get
yes.
that, but again, there, my jealousy flared up. Boom, done, finished. Not gonna fucking happen unless I'm the polyamorous one and my partner's the monogamous one. That shit's not gonna work. It all depends, obviously, on who the partners are. Yeah, you see, sometimes it's going to be for you, sometimes it's not. KB, is there anything that you would? I just broke my fucking nail. Now I'm really upset. Sorry that
I'm
the
sorry,
listeners have
Miss
to
Lana.
listen to my nail being broken, but that just really upset my night.
I have
KB,
one more misconception to bring in.
yes, let's hear
Okay,
it.
and that's one that came up last week in the conversations with Mrs. Inferno.
Mm,
Um, it is polyamory leads to increased STIs. Yes, it can, and no, it can't. And I'm going to stand on that juncture because if you are practicing proper polyamory, there is
mm,
complete open communication, complete
mm-hmm,
trust, and complete openness with regards to having STI tests done,
mm.
having the new partner that's being brought in properly vetted and checked out, and all of that stuff. At the same time, if you are cheating or not being completely honest about people you're fucking within your
Mm.
polycule, yes, it can contribute to leads to increased STIs.
That's for all the fucking cheaters out there. We don't like cheaters on Lola's
No,
lessons or
we don't like
subsequent spin-off
cheaters.
shows. We don't like
Yes,
cheaters.
really.
I agree. And here's the thing, right? And I know I'm going to be shunned for shit for what I'm about to say. But I mean, I'm nothing if not real raw and absolutely honest. I would say STIs are more prevalent in the swinger community than in the poly community. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, pineapples. I said what I said. I said what
100%.
I said.
I'm in agreement.
Right?
I'm in full agreement with you there, Miss Lola.
I mean,
There's
I'm
much more
completely.
debaucherous sex happening in the swingers community than you think that there is in the polyamorous people.
We're not knocking the swingers. We love the swingers. I mean, absolutely love the
But we
swingers
do.
because they love
And we
life
go
and we
to
love.
swingers events, so
Yes. But in all honesty, on this specific topic, I would say that STIs are more prevalent under the swingers than under the polys because swingers don't have relationships that they need to protect. So they don't necessarily always protect their sexuality and their sexual poly platform. You're in a relationship, therefore, i.e., you're supposed to care about your partner. There's love and affection and trust and commitment, and not just sex. And that makes things a little bit more different, right? Also, we spoke about waiting before you even have sex with your partner if you're in a poly relationship sometimes. So, therefore, it eliminates a lot of the STIs possibly getting tested before. And here's the thing with swingers, right? Swingers don't necessarily always test before they have sex. We know this. Whereas a lot of the poly people have a lot of rules and regulations as to test before we sex.
exactly.
So these are
Or at
just
least,
facts that I'm throwing out there.
yes, they are facts.
Yeah.
There is usually a rule book to play by, and it's usually consented to and discussed by all the members within the polycule.
Absolutely. And on that note, KB, I've had a great time this evening again with you. I mean,
Me too,
it's
Miss
always
Lana.
fun seeing your face and being in your space. I love it. To all the 3,040 odd listeners out there, we love the lot of you. It's been a great evening. Tune back again next week, same time, same place, for another poly episode. We've got 2 left, right, KB?
Yes,
We've got
Miss
2
Lola,
left.
and we have a lot more information to bring out in the next 2
A
episodes.
lot more information. I mean, this is really, I mean, it's powerful stuff and it's relevant topics. So tune in next week, same time, same place, for the second last episode in the poly spin-off pilot for the Lola Blakely Enterprises. And then we've got some exciting news. I mean, the Lola lessons are going to be starting up pretty soon again. We're going to drop some dates. So tune back in next week for an exciting show. To all of the mods, thank you for being here this evening. To all of the listeners, thank you for being so loyal. We love the lot of you. Good night and goodbye. Can my music not start playing before I say good night and goodbye? Good night and goodbye.
Good night and goodbye.
You know love my escapades. A little bit of fun ain't a crime. We could lock ourselves in and fuck for days. We could take advantage of time. No, 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 I'm not one of those good girls who buys you gifts for your birthday. I show up with sex toys and a trench coat, telling you to behave. That guy, handcuffs, swing set, and whips to make you wish you never came back. I like to have fun with this shit. I told you when you met me, boy, I'm one kinky son of a bitch. I'll strap you to the bed if you let me. I thought I told you I'm one kinky son of a bitch. Give me one night to control you, then I'll hold you like one kinky son of a bitch. I'll rip your clothes off, take a load off. After a long day, I'm one kinky son of a bitch. If you take a look in my bag, you will see you don't know how. One kinky son of a bitch. All I do is misbehave. An animal, I'm too hard to tame. Got more than class, I'm different, babe. After me, your life won't be the same. You'll be falling in love. No, I'm not one of those girls you wanna take home to mama. Cause when we visit, she gon' probably catch me doing some things that I should not do around her. Being handcuffs, swing set, and whips to make you wish you never came back. I like to have fun with this shit. I told you when you met me, boy, I'm one kinky son of a bitch. I'll strap you to the bed if you let me. I thought I told you I'm one kinky son of a bitch. Give me one night to control you, then I'll hold you like one kinky son of a bitch. I'll rip your clothes off, take a load off. After a long day, I'm one kinky son of a bitch. If you take a look in my bag, you will see you don't know how. One kinky son of a bitch. I am one kinky son of a bitch. I am one kinky son of a bitch.